Hi, I'm Ken Bertrand, lead pastor of the Bridge Church in Gilbert, Arizona. Welcome to our Ask the Pastor video series. In this series, we answer your questions about faith and life. If you have a question you'd like answered in a future video, feel free to leave it here on our YouTube channel in the reply section, or you can go to our Facebook page, Bridge Church, Arizona. Today's question comes from a woman who asked about Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. So let me go ahead and read it to you from the New International Version. It says, "Start children off on the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it." So they asked, does that verse mean that if I bring up my children in the Lord, that they will always become faithful Christians if I truly bring them up? And how do I bring my children up in such a way that they become faithful Christians when they're adults? So first of all, that's a great question. And second of all, that's a question that I would humbly say that I don't have all the answers to. I have 3 kids, and I'm still learning myself how to be a good parent. So I will give you a couple of thoughts based on that, but I would love it if either in the reply section of our YouTube channel or on our Facebook page, if you left your own thoughts as well, we could share together how to raise up our children as followers of God. First of all, let me deal with that verse, because I think that verse is an important verse, and I think it's often misunderstood. That verse does not mean that if I bring up my children as Christians, they will automatically become Christians. That's not even true in Scripture. Many people who are faithful to God in the Bible have children that are not faithful to God. And so we can see even in the Bible that that doesn't always hold. And by the way, some people that grow up in homes that don't know God end up knowing God. So there's not a necessary correlation there. It's certainly good to bring your children up in the Lord, but it doesn't guarantee that they will follow God. And one of the things as a parent as well as a pastor that I worry about is sometimes I'll see Christian parenting materials and they'll say, well, if you just do A, B, C, and D, your children will come out as followers of Christ. I think ultimately that's between them and God. So there's no magic formula. We're just all doing our best here. But let's talk about what that verse means. What that verse means literally in the Hebrew is bring up a child or start off a child in the way they are bent. And when they're old, they won't go far from it. So the idea is that if you discover as a parent what your children are like, if you watch them and you see their skills and their talents and their just natural inclinations and abilities, and then you respond to that by developing those and bringing them up in those, then they're likely to hold those throughout their life. So it's discovering how they were made by God and then helping them live that out. It's not about spiritual life. It's just really about their own development and how they're made. So that's that encouragement in the Proverbs. We are, of course, encouraged to bring up our kids in the Lord. And I was given some advice once, so this doesn't come from me, but I have found helpful in my own life with my own kids who are still in the process of growing up themselves. And what that advice was, the best thing if you want your kids to walk with God is for you to walk with God and then spend time with your kids. So if you want your kids to walk with God, the first thing I'd say is you walk with God in a passionate way. You spend time in prayer, enjoying God's presence. You read the Word. You get in fellowship, find a healthy church, get connected into there, and tell others about the love that God has for you and for them. Live the Christian life in an intimate way. Walk with Him closely, and then live that light out in a way as a result of your salvation that reflects Him, that shows the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. Those character traits that come from God working in us. Those things are a great way for your kids to see what the Christian life looks like. Then just spend time with them. We live in a really busy world with lots of activities and things that can keep us from connecting together. It's okay to have activities and even to be busy. We're certainly busy as a family, but be sure you're taking time every day, and especially every week, quality time with your kids. Quantity time often means quality time. So spending good time with them, developing the relationship so they can see God's work in you. Anyway, that's just some practical advice that I've been given that's worked for me. What do you think? Feel free to reply to this video or go to our Facebook page, Bridge Church, Arizona. Thanks for watching.